Watch UN-controlled migrant horde overrun Mexican border. I don't know if they're UN-controlled, but I definitely feel like there's a bigger force behind this. And we're also going to be talking about that in the story, so strap in. But yeah, army of migrants smashed through Mexican border fences. Not going to comment on my option, but anyway. Stunning footage out of Mexico Friday showed an unruly mob of migrants tearing down a border fence separating the country from Guatemala. Incredible video from RT captured thousands of mostly Honduran migrants rushing through the border fences and pushing past military vehicles staged to prevent illegal entry. Maybe you should have used the military, just saying. So we do have that video. We will play that for you right now. Okay, so you can see in the video, it's kind of a little bit scary, to be honest. This is a decent sized mob. This is a decent sized horde. So yeah, let's keep going. We want to work, migrants chanted. No, you probably don't. While others yelled, we are not smugglers, we are immigrants. I wonder who's been putting them up to this. It seems like they're being told what to say, isn't it? If migration and federal police do not allow us access, we will do the impossible and cross into Mexico, NBC News quoted one migrant saying. President Trump called out the migrant caravan in a tweet Thursday, with one of the tweets featuring a video showing migrants being handed money to continue their journey into the US. Donald J. Trump wrote, "Can you believe what Democrats are allowing to do to our country?" Now, as for that video with the money, okay, so some are saying that it is aid money, some are saying that it is bribe. The guy that actually went through and actually recorded it has actually said it was actually money. People have tracked him down. So it is actually money, or what he assumes is money is being passed out. He's fairly sure on that. So look, it could be them going through, handing out money for food and water, which really doesn't make sense. Because, to be honest, when you think it'd be better just to hand them out, the food and water. Do I think that there are charities or Soros-funded organizations that are going through and are encouraging this behavior? Sorry. But yeah, no, look, that's definitely a possibility. But let's keep going. Trump also warned Thursday that he would call on the US military to intervene if Mexico allowed the caravan to proceed into the US. Quote, "I must, in the strongest of terms, ask Mexico to stop this onslaught, and if unable to do so, I will call up the military and close our southern border," Trump stated, which I probably support, actually. At a meeting with Mexican lawmakers Friday in Mexico City, CIA Chief Mike Pompeo addressed the concerns over the caravan, calling the onslaught a moment of crisis. Quote, "We are quickly reaching a point where it appears to be a moment of crisis," Pompeo stated. "Record numbers of migrants, Foreign Secretary Vladimir, I might be mispronouncing, and I spoke about the importance of stopping this flow before it reaches the US border." On Thursday, Judicial Watch reported that the president of Guatemala announced in the nation's largest newspaper last week that 100 ISIS terrorists have been caught among the sea of migrants pouring into his country from Honduras. The Islamic State terrorists were deported back to their countries of origin, according to the Guatemala President Jimmy Morales. Morales? Might be mispronouncing. So the fact that there was actually 100 ISIS terrorists is basically proving what the Republicans are saying when they turn around and say things like, for example, that ISIS used these border crossings to go through and to smuggle themselves into the US. Okay, point case the 100 people there. The second part of the story is Soros behind the migrant caravan invasion. So a note from Alex Jones. This is a 21st century warfare being carried out by multinational corporations and NGOs organizing around the United Nations, quarterbacked by Soros-affiliated groups. It's meant to break the will of the nation state by opening up large migration routes from third world into the first world as a part of neo-capitalism's system. The multicultural banks, NGOs, and corporations want to use the third world population as a tool of colonization for the first world with the third world labor to drive down wages and create political instability, which they can then control. Third world populations are exploding and under increasing pressure by globalist forces. The developing world is in a pressure cooker type scenario. The UN and the affiliate globalist groups are now westernizing these populations and turning them into political battering rams in an attempt to make the first world, the Western world, submit to multinational corporate demands. This is a 21st century warfare, and the nation will collapse by capitulating to it. That is why Democrats are openly calling for no borders and the abolishment of ICE, while orchestrating the very migrant hordes to invade using migrant routes. This is an attack from outside and treason from within. The UN and billionaire globalist George Soros are the driving force behind the massive migrant caravan marching to the US southern border, according to reports. As the previous caravan that spurned up last spring, the Open Borders group Pueblos Sin Fronteras, I presumed it was going to be them actually, which is connected to Soros Open Society Foundation, is involved with organizing the caravan of 4,000. The leader of the group was arrested on Thursday for attacking Mexican migrant agents. Funny how this happened to be there when these 4,000 migrants are coming through, wasn't it? I wonder why. The UN's High Commission for Refugees has intervened in the situation to aid in the migrants' travels. Oh, okay. We're in discussion. UNHCR is talking to the government to see how we can best help them. I presume sending them back is always a good option. Said Sibylle Borowski, might be mispronouncing, a UN spokesperson. It's just starting. Talkings are happening. Pueblos Sin Fronteras, might be mispronouncing, is but one of several Soros groups financially and logistically supporting the caravan. Now, I'm supposing they're going to sit there and claim that they're doing it because they're trying to save lives and, they're only there to support the caravan, not organize it, right? Probably. The caravan is organized by a group called Bababasad, but in the efforts to support by the coalition CARA, Family Detention Pro Bono Project, which includes Catholic Legal Immigration Network, CLIN, the American Immigration Council, AIC, and the Refugee and Immigration Center for Education and Legal Services, RICELS, and the American Immigration Lawyers Association, AILA. Thus the acronym CAR when reported to in April. At least 3 of the 4 groups are funded by George Soros' Open Society Foundation. God, he's literally got his fingers in everything, hasn't he? That even the President Trump called out the caravan's questionable origins, nothing to convenient timing for Democrats just weeks before the midterm elections. Yeah, I'm guessing they're trying to go and get this another child at the border situation. We're starting to find out why. And I won't say 100%, but I'll put a little tiny question mark at the end. But a lot of money has been passing through people to come up and to try and get to the border by election day, Trump said during a Montana rally on Thursday. I think there's actually more than just that too. I'll get to my theory at the end of this, but let's keep going. They wanted the caravan, and those who are saying the caravan didn't just happen, he added. Tensions between the US, Mexico, and Honduras escalated after the caravan violently tore through the Guatemala-Mexico border, underscoring both caravans' disregard for national sovereignty as well as the rule of law. Its organised effort to come through and violate the sovereignty of Mexico, and so we're prepared to do all that we can to support the decisions that Mexico makes about how they're going to address this very serious situation, an important issue to their country, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said on Friday. Now, just a bit of an update on this story, guys. American migrant caravan swells to 5,000, resumes advance towards the US. So I have seen people saying that it is anywhere from 5,000 through to 10,000. Some people are saying 7.5, some saying 10. Look, I'm going to say 5,000 because I'd rather underestimate those numbers than go through and overestimate. So, but yeah, I would not be surprised if it was actually larger. Their numbers swelled to about 5,000 overnight and the first light, and they set out walking towards the Mexican town of Tepucha, 10 abreast and a line stretching approximately a mile. So it was not immediately clear where the additional travellers had materialised from, since about 2,000 gathered on the Mexican side Saturday night. They seemed likely to be the people who had been waiting on the bridge over the Sanatra River, might be mispronouncing, or in Guatemala's town of Timing-Oben, I might be mispronouncing, who decided to cross during the night. So it says at dawn there was still estimated 1,500 migrants to Guatemala side hoping to enter legally. So why do I think they, like, this is actually a photo of it here, so you can see how bad it is. Why do I think they want to do this? Okay, so a couple of things. One, they're trying to get everybody to come up by the border, by voting day, because they want these people to vote. So I think, yes, there is a definite, we're going to have 4,000 people extra voting. Let's get them all to vote Democrat, because 80% plus will. So out of that 4,000, you're looking at around roughly what? 400 every 1,000. No, 800 every 1,000. So 8 fours, yeah, like 30. It's like 3,200 out of the 4,000 are going to vote Democrat, at least. So at the end of the day, there's definitely the voter aspect of it. I also think the media is trying to hype up a situation where they have another child at the border situation. I will be very surprised if we do not see mainstream media going through, once again, and going on about the children being separated from their parents at the border, or these children being arrested and detained with their parents at the border. They will use the children as an emotional lever to try and win the election. And that's what I reckon. I reckon it's a two-pronged approach. One, they're going to use the children and the mothers and that to obviously try and sway minds when it comes to the border. And two, they're going to use them to try and get the votes. And then that's what I reckon this is all about. It's the Democrats using people, once again, to try and win an election. Look, at the end of the day, you all know probably my stance on this. I am strongly against open borders. I think a country has a right to go through and decide who it wants to let into their border or not. And at the end of the day, I think this caravan should be stopped. I reckon put the military on that border, and the US needs to build that fucking wall, because they need to stop this situation from happening. This is absolutely insane, where you literally get thousands of people dragging their kids from one country up all the way up to America. That is absolutely insane to put your child through, let alone. Also, half of these, or not half, but some of these kids aren't even traveling with their mothers or fathers. Some of them are being trafficked. Some of these people that are coming through, like they've said, 100 people already have been caught as ISIS, for ISIS. Like, who knows how many other ISIS people are in this group? Who knows how many other people are MS-13 or gang members or who have far less than admirable thoughts or morals And do you really want them into your country? Hell no. So yeah, look, I'm kind of with Trump on this one. Use the military, build that wall, and if you have to, electrify the frigging thing. I don't know, do something. But this has to stop. And I tell you now, if George Soros is behind this, and I really would like an investigation into it, if George Soros is behind this, maybe he needs charges. Maybe he needs to be charged with trafficking or whatever it may be that they can throw at him to get him to back off doing this. Because at the end of the day, this is absolutely insane. Because let me know your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think that George Soros is behind this? If he is behind this, do you think at the end of the day he should be charged? What would you suggest they charge him with? Do you think that this is a case of that they should open the borders and let these people through? I doubt many of my subs are going to say that, but you know, hey, make your case, I suppose. But guys, yeah, let me know your thoughts are on this in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.